Good morning and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Monday, July 20th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps, which are trading higher. We're up 0.41%, really session high. So, you got to be pleased with this rally we're seeing this morning. I mean, we did have a lot of geopolitical unrest over the weekend. We got a lot of tech earnings that are going to be in focus this week. The U.S. and Iran continue to launch airstrikes, although Secretary of State Rubio indicated that the U.S. is open to peace talk negotiations. And, it looks like Iran is open as well. So that's really causing oil prices to pull down a little bit, and it's causing a little bit of positive activity in the markets this morning. But, you got to remember, it's a key week for tech earnings. We got a lot of tech earnings coming out this week. And it's really going to be a lot of attention is going to be on that CapEx numbers that are going to be thrown out there. Oil prices, hey, Sunday night, in the Sunday night session, the oil prices were up 3%. They're now trading lower. They gave up those gains and more. On the economic calendar today, we get the leading indicators due out this morning. In corporate news, shares of Boeing. You got to keep, I've been talking about this for a week now. Shares of Boeing are trading higher this morning. They got that air show going on, and they're getting orders, and that's what that's what we've been expected from this Farnborough Air Show, because that show is every other year, by the way. GameStop, GameStop now holds a 9.8% stake in eBay, according to the latest filings. Also saw that Target's announced an exclusive baby collection from actress model Olivia Culpo. On the earnings front, Domino's Pizza, DPZ, trading higher following that earnings result. After the bell today, you get Zion, CCK, and Steel Dynamics, STLD. They're all scheduled to report. And then tomorrow morning, you get Novartis, you got 3M, you got Northrop Grumman, you got General Motors, GPC, and Hasbro, all scheduled to come out. Let's take a peek over these global markets and start off with the DAX, which is up 105 points, or 0.43%. Producer price data came out, rose 1.8% year over year in June. And the FTSE's lower by 0.16%, or 17 points. Financial stocks are weakening a bit. In France, the CAC is up 0.52%. Energy stocks remain positive. Middle East, conflict remains a key catalyst here. Turning our attention over to Asia last night, the Nikkei was closed for a national holiday. It's also closed, tomorrow morning, so I don't expect any big movements there. But in Hong Kong, the Hang Seng finished higher by 2.38%, with positive action in the heavyweight tech stocks. Then you have China, the Shanghai, which is up 0.85%. Now, there were signs of state support for equities, which really lifted the sentiment, but the traditional sectors were gaining. We're talking consumer, property, and utility stocks, which I find interesting. Then we're looking at oil this morning. Now, oil has turned lower. We got WTI at $81.41 a barrel, down 1.31%. We got Brent at $87.41, down 0.78%. Listen, we were up 3% last night, but Iran's foreign minister said it received new proposals from international mediators about reducing tensions. One of their spokesmen said that they would be willing to negotiate with the United States if it's in their country's interest. That's positive. Not being bombed is an interest of your country. Okay, let's move on into earnings, and we got the big one on the table this morning was Domino's Pizza, ticker DPZ, David Paul Zebra. Now you look at the stock this morning, and DPZ is trading higher. It's showing some strong gains this morning. It's up 6.85%. They missed by 10 cents, but they did it on higher revenue. Tomorrow morning, we got earnings coming out from 3M, Minnesota Mining Manufacturing. Their EPS is $2.27. Expected move is 5.82%. You got Novartis, NVS. Their EPS is $2.20. Expected move is 6.96%. In GM is also coming out tomorrow morning. The EPS is $3.13. Expected move 6.70%. In terms of economic reports, it's very light today. It's actually light for the week, but we do have the leading indicators coming out at 10 a.m. This morning. In terms of FANG stock news, Apple is piloting live notes recordings for its Genius Bar appointments. Meta's facing a trial today in Tennessee over allegations that Instagram was designed to be addictive. Tesla's increasing production at a plant in Germany. Boeing, the Farnborough Air Show is underway. A host of new plane orders have been announced this morning, including that big $100 one, 100 plane order. Honeywell Aero Mexico intends to adopt Honeywell's runway alert system on 100-plus jets. Salesforce CRM, Goldman Sachs is urging investors to buy shares of the major enterprise software heading into what it expects will be an accelerated and growth quarter. All right, now we're going to move on to today's pick of the day. And, I got to go with 3M, Minnesota Mining Manufacturing. Earnings are tomorrow morning. EPS is $2.27. Expected move is 5.82%. Friday's call volume, 5,837 versus 3,541. That's a put-to-call ratio of 0.61. That's a sweet spot. Open interest, 67,800 to 51,600. You look at the major brokers, they're raising price targets. They like this. They're reinstating buy recommendations on this stock. I like 3M going into earnings. But, in terms of an entry price, 159.40, I'll say, somewhere in that range. But I think if I can get in there, it definitely is going to, trade higher as we get closer to earnings. So, I like 3M today. That's my pick of the day. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the stocks that are moving the market this morning, see if we've seen anything hot in the last 15 minutes or so. Houthis announced sea navigation ban on Saudi Arabia. GE Healthcare announces induction of MIM anywhere. Alibaba Express fined $550 million by EU regulators for breaching their DSA. Riyadh Air commits to purchase 28 Boeing 787 Dreamliners. SMBC Aviation orders 100 737 MAX airplanes. Philippine Air orders up to 20 Boeing 787 Dreamliner jets. See, their orders are coming in. FDA retracted claims of that parasite on lettuce sample. GSK received EMA approval for a single-dose booster and meningococcal vaccine. Sandwich maker Jersey Mike's targets a $7.94 billion valuation in its U.S. IPO. FAA certification of Boeing 737 MAX 10 expected soon. Abbott Labs, the firm, is investigating 2 cyber incidents involving unauthorized access to some internal systems to its cancer diagnosis business. That's all I'm seeing this morning. Okay, now we got to go on. We got to talk about yesterday's pick, or should I say Friday's pick of the day. Which on Friday we went with MCRI, Monarch Casino and Resort. It hasn't come out with earnings last I checked. Let's see. Nope, not yet. I mean, listen, the stock opened up at 125.74, rallied to 126.43 before pulling back. Stock closed with the market at 123.03, but it still remains, we're still waiting on that earnings announcement. So when that comes out, we'll know if we had a win or a miss. But that was our pick of the day from Friday. We're still waiting. All right, traders, that concludes today's podcast. You guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.